the latest in the Dame Lillard sweepstakes, I should say, now that he's requested a trade out of Portland, is that the Celtics seem to be coming up a lot more. The name of the Celtics coming up a lot more with Dame Lillard. Could the Celtics have enough assets? They got stuff they can trade.
The report that came out today was that Dame Lillard's agent has called every other team that's interested, or they've called him, he has said. And he has basically told them if you get him, he's not playing. He is only playing for Miami. Might as well not call it.
Wow.
We're going to go force him to give us 2 draft picks and Tyler Hero. We're going to screw over a fan base because Dame wants what Dame wants. And there is no fair play. Pat Riley is clearly tampered in this, has told them to do this so that he gets a player for nothing. Like this, it's just this whole screwy situation. If I'm Adam Silver, I'm pissed off right now.
Tampering does not exist.
Tampering does not exist.
It's on the books, but it doesn't exist.
Yeah, they did. Because you know, and you go, hey, you want to come here. If you really want to come here, we can't match any deals. So you have to tell other teams you will not play anywhere but here. So you get your $70 million a year, and you get to play where you want to go to the defending Eastern Conference champions.
Wow.
And the people wonder why. And then people aren't mad at Dame for this for some reason.
And he doesn't have a. I know that's crazy. Yeah, you're right.
That's what I don't get.
He's turning into a villain a little bit.
Yeah,
with this
because
thing.
they're like, well, they didn't try. Like they did try. There's a small market team. Like LeBron played 11 years in Cleveland, brought stars to Cleveland because he recruited them. They never recruited anybody to Portland. They never. I get all this stuff that you said he did everything, but basically he would be like, hey guys, you need to go spend like $80 million on my friend and then go get me a big star. And then they spend $80 million on his friend. They're like, we don't have money for the big star because we brought your friend in. And he goes, oh, well, you guys aren't doing enough. You're like, this is not how life works.
Right. Well, what's the recourse for Portland? I mean, if he says, I'm not going to play for anybody except for the team you trade me that want to play for
I tell him,
money.
cool, I send him home and I sue him in court. That's what I do.
I know. I was like, so what is it? They have no recourse other than that.
Because you do that and you go, look, I think Dame will play basketball. I think he will. I think this is an agent going further to make it the deal he wants because he wants to go to the team he wants to and does it. This only team that makes sense to trade him to for me is Utah. Brooklyn is a fallback because they have picks. And picks are what you really want. You want to get as many picks and pick swaps as you can. Because those are what's going to give you value in the future. I know they just matched Matisse Thybulle from the Mavs, so that would tell you that they still want to be competitive and they're not tanking. They got Scoot Henderson. It means that they don't want to be a bottom 3 team next year. So that's where Philadelphia and Tyrese Maxey makes a little bit more sense. But I don't know if Philly has the picks and everything to make it work. Brooklyn, because they just made that trade for Kevin Durant, at least has Phoenix picks they can throw in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the Jazz clearly makes the most sense. They have young players and they have a lot of picks. That to me makes the most sense. And it gives him a chance to win too. I think in Miami, you're also talking about guys that are on the back end of their career other than Bam. Like Bam Adebayo is going to be awesome.
Yes, and you'll get 2 more years of Jimmy like this.
But
maybe.
Jimmy Butler and Damian Lillard.
Him and Jimmy are on the same clock, kinda.
Yeah, and it's not just clock, but it's injury clocks now too. Mm-hmm. Can you play a full season? Can you be healthy at the right time? I mean, I get what he wants. That's not how life works.
Yeah,
and it's very frustrating when somebody signs the deal, takes the money. Because if you want to go in free agency, I'm fine with it. I get it. That's your choice. That's how the system works. But to completely break the system because you suffered for 11 years in Portland is just crazy.
I know, and I thought it's crazy that he didn't have a no trade clause or wasn't able to negotiate one. I guess if you play if you negotiate with these tactics, you don't need a no trade clause.
Yeah.
He's basically got his own de facto no trade clause saying, I'm not going to play for anybody except for the team, y'all, that I want to be traded to.
Yeah, and I'll get
that's a no trade clause.
There's a thing, you can get mad at Bradley Beal as well. The difference is Bradley Beal doesn't have trade value the same way. So they could have gotten maybe another pick for him, but at the same part, they really wanted to move off that contract. So there was something in it where they wanted to move on in Washington. They were like, look, we shouldn't have signed that deal. That was our mistake. We'll figure this out. And so Bradley Beal did hold him a bit hostage because he had that no trade clause that they gave him for God knows what reason. But remember, Bradley Beal was picked in the same draft as Dame Lillard.
Yes.
And both of them had this year are done. So 11 years, 11 seasons is roughly how long it takes for a loyal guy to not be loyal anymore. That's what we found out.
And I think that's enough time
to see if you can build a championship around me. Yes.
No, but I get it. I get it. But I think you could have, before you both of them signed that last contract, said, I've been miserable for 9 years.
Yeah, exactly. This is Dame Lillard's fault because he was too loyal and stuck around too long.
No.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Yeah,
it's not that he's too loyal. It's that money is very different.
No. He should not have signed that contract. This hardball negotiation should have taken place before he signed this brand new deal. Like I said, it is the woman or man who you've been dating who knew they wanted to break up with you a year ago and still signed a damn lease with you for a new place for 3 years, and you're like, and then breaks up, and you're like, why couldn't you do that before you signed the damn lease? You knew you wanted to break up with me. That's Dame Lillard. Dame Lillard knew this was happening. We all knew this was happening.
No, but that's the thing is the way the CBA got rewritten a few years back was, hey, we're having trouble keeping stars in smaller markets. And they said, we will make a deal so you can give them more money than anybody else. So it's an incentive for them to stay. And what we have seen now is the new MO is I will sign that contract, wait 1 season, and ask out.
Yep.
So I want all of that money because if I leave, I will make $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 or $60 million less. So if I leave, I'll lose that money. And I'm too greedy to give up that money to get what I want. So I want my cake and I want to eat it too. And I just think if you continue to let that happen, this is the future of the NBA. Everyone will sign that contract and ask out. Every single, at least 80% of people will sign that big contract, demand a trade, say you cannot include any of the best players, and I want to go to.
But like I said, what's the recourse for the team?
Send him home.
I know, but then you get the reputation as a team that is not player friendly.
Who's going to Portland anyway?
But I know myself. You add to it. Then you get the more reputation. Not only do I not want to go play in Siberia of NBA, but you're a bunch of a-holes and d-bags who I can't and won't work with.
I get the theory that hey, you're screwed if you do this. You're screwed if you do this. They're screwed either way. And I think you're doing more if you say, hey, hold out, and you hold out for 3 weeks, and Dame will go, yeah, trade me to Utah. And then I'll play there for a year, and then I'll ask for a trade out. But you can't, I get it. If he wants to go back and go, hey, we'll nullify the years on this contract and we'll restart, that's one thing. But you cannot ask for this Supermax contract knowing full well 2 years ago you were never going to stay in Portland.
I agree.
There was zero chance you were going to stay, but you wanted the money. And then when you want out, you want to screw the team on the way out?
Yeah. No, I agree.
Because if he goes to Utah and they get all the picks and they get fair value for him, even though it's somewhat still less, that's fair. And you go, cool, let's move both on. But to say you have to take Tyler Hero's bad contract.
He just doesn't want to end his career in Utah.
No, he doesn't want to. He wants what he wants. He wants his cake and eat it too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't want to be in Utah.
And so if we're going to say that all these other guys are bad guys, Dame Lillard is a bad guy. He is doing this where he is purposefully going out to ruin a small market franchise because he wants a shot to hang out with his friends, hang out in Miami, and he wants all the money.
I would say I'm not gonna go say he's a bad guy.
I don't mean like in.
I know what you mean. I think it's fair to say that we are classifying him as being loyal. That's his terms out there, and I think Patrick was like he's not that loyal.
No.
He ain't that loyal.
He's going scorched earth on the way out.
His action, his words say he's loyal, but the actions say he's not that loyal. So I agree. I'm with you. No,
yeah, to have a girlfriend that doesn't cheat on you for 10 years. And then 11 years be like, I'm leaving you and keeping the house for this better-looking man. By the way, you got to get out, and I got you fired.
Yeah.
I really don't know how this thing is going to end now. That's because now Dame is basically, that's kind of the nuclear option for him to say, I'm not playing for anybody but Miami, period.
Yeah.
And I don't know what Portland does with that. And I don't know. I'm with you. I wonder if Adam Silver is thinking to himself, all right, we gotta shift the balance of power a little bit here, and we can't have this what was supposed to be an incentive for players to stay with the small market teams now turn into kind of an albatross. So that was something that's imploding.
Yeah, because now you're paying them, you're putting this, and then you have to take contract back.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's
to
actually
make it
hurting
work.
you.
So now you got to take on this bad contracts you don't want.
Man.
Yeah, and it's also that thing of there's no tampering, but Bradley Beal's thing to Phoenix was also that Phoenix's general manager is related to Bradley Beal's agent.
Yeah.
So there was this whole thing of just say we're the only team you'll go to, and then we have every single chip in the book, and we'll give you what we can. But that's like, hey, I'm the only person here to buy cars today. I got $20 in my wallet. Like, well, that's a Lexus. I got $20 in my wallet. That's all I got. You have to give it to me now.
You gonna make that work for me?
Crazy.
No, he's. I did not think Dame was gonna play this kind of hardball, but it is pretty clear that he's willing to blow it all up. And I'm with you. I think Dame Lillard's going to end up playing. I don't think there's any way he doesn't play basketball no matter how it works out, but that definitely puts the Portland Trailblazers in a very, very difficult position. Sorry, go ahead.
I just think that throughout these years, and I understand where Patrick's coming from, but at the end of the day, the front office can make the decision to trade a player. They got rid of C.J. McCollum. You know what I'm saying? And that was Dame's partner. Like, they was in it to win it the entire time. And those both of them were saying that they wanted to stay. And they wanted to win in Portland. But now he wants to leave. And I'm not going to say it's scorched earth, but, I mean, I've done it all here. I've been here 11 years, and we haven't won anything.
Time to move on.
And I've been one of the best players in the league for a very long time. I just look at it a little bit different way.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
No, I see Dame's side, no question about it, and I understand this is business. This ain't personal.
No.
And I think some fans are taking it personally. I think Portland may take this personally, but there's no doubt in Patrick's point of view is that the perception is that, man, Dame Lillard's so damn loyal, man. Now they've been doing him dirty and they haven't been building a champion around him. All those things may be true, but him being loyal. Maybe he's not as loyal as we all,
right.
Made
and
him
that's
out
very
to be.
fair. And that's very fair.
Which you know what? By the way, there ain't no loyalty in this game anymore.
Not anymore.
It's misplaced most of the time.
Yeah.
So
yes, I get it. It's just this theory. It's the thing of when the agents go and say there's no trade value. I'm demanding a trade to one team, and this is how we're going to screw up the NBA. Because it has a good competitive balance. Teams are going up and down. By the way, small market teams, you can never win.
Right.
And this is another sign of small market teams getting screwed and blamed for the fact that they're a small market team. And it's like, dude, you were the sixth pick. Dude, 5 other teams could have picked you that in.
Mm-hmm.
They believed in you then. They believed in you when they paid you every contract. It's not a one-sided thing that they haven't put everything into you. And to be treated like they continuously screwed you over and you're allowed to now do whatever you want and you get a free pass. And if you're in the East, you got to be pissed off to go, wait, Miami gets a free one? Pat Riley somehow pulls off another trade for a superstar for undervalue like he did with Shaq and won a title? Mm-hmm. That Pat Riley somehow has this ability to not care about the rules? Hey.
Well, Pat Riley's good at circumventing the rules. Finding ways around them.
No, he does.
Loopholes.
But it's just frustrating to see somebody completely try and throw away everything that it means and not care about the city of Portland, not care about the fans, and then claim they're loyal.
Texter here says, talk with the Spurs, Portland. We did play the sound of Ramona Shelburne yesterday saying the Spurs, even if they're a third team that's involved in a Miami-Portland transaction or trade with Dame Lillard, they could be because they have a lot of assets and, and people obviously want draft picks. They got draft picks. They got assets. Ramona Shelburne even went as far to say that it could potentially, it's even out there, that it could be a straight-up trade between the Spurs and Portland because Dame Lillard really likes the Spurs. But now we know Dame Lillard don't like the Spurs as much because he ain't going to play for nobody except Miami. So he don't like them that much. The Spurs, they have been mentioned as one of those other teams that could be involved here.